Well, it's a one for the mind, two for the show. Here you get ready now, go, get go. Don't you never mind your suede shoes. You can do anything, be hot for my blue suede shoes. Hello folks, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to play a rhythm guitar version of that great rock and roll rockabilly classic, Blue Suede Shoes. Written and first recorded by Carl Perkins, of course, and then famously covered very successfully by Elvis Presley. I also really like Eddie Cochran's version. All three of them played the song in the key of A, and we're going to play it in the key of A as well. To play it in that key, all you need are three chords, and they are A, D, and E. Sometimes I throw in an A7, and at the end of the song, an A6. And I'll show you where to do that, well, at the end. This is another song that you'll find in my rock and roll songbook. 50 from the 50s. Play 50 rock and roll songs with 4 easy chords. It's available from Amazon and from lulu.com. I know a lot of you have already bought it, so if you have, get it out and open it up at page 13. Like I said, this is going to be a rhythm guitar version of the song. If you want to play the song like Carl Perkins did, using his riffs and licks, then go to my tutorials number 3 and number 7, and I'll teach this sort of stuff. The strumming pattern I use sounds like this. Here it is played slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So I'm strumming down and up, down on the beats, up on the ands between the beats. Notice that the song has a swing, a bounce to it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'm hitting the strings a little bit harder on beats 2 and 4, the back beat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And on beats 1 and 3, I'm mostly playing the bass strings like this. Can you hear that? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Of course, it comes into its own when it's played fast like this. Like many rock and roll songs, Blue Suede Shoes is played using a version of a 12-bar blues chord progression. And the version that's used goes like this. You start off with 4 bars of an A chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you move to D for 2 bars, 1, 2, back to A for 2 bars, 1, 2, then you have 2 bars of E, 1, 2, then you end up with 2 bars of A, 2. The song has 3 verses. You start off with 1 for the money, 2 for the show, as we did just now. The second verse starts, you can knock me down, step in my face. The third verse, you can burn my house, steal my car. Then you repeat the first verse, and then you end up with blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Carl Perkins had an instrumental break, a solo, after the second and the third verses, and I think Elvis did the same. Eddie Cochran just had 1 instrumental break. I forget where that was in the song. We're not going to look at the instrumental breaks. This is going to be a rhythm guitar version of the song. Elvis started his version of the song like this. Well, it's a 1 for the mind, 2 for the show. Here you get ready now, go, get go. And that fills the first 4 bars of the 12-bar blues chord progression. Count them. Well, it's a 1 for the mind, 2 for the show. Here you get ready now, go, get go. Okay, so I'm going up, down, down. Well, it's a 1 for the mind, 2 for the show. Down, down. Up, down, down. On that last down strum of the rhythm, you sing the second and then the third lines. They coincide with that strum. Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Okay, that's the Elvis Presley way of beginning the song. All the other verses carry on like that as well, with the same knock me down, step in my face, and so on. Carl Perkins started the song a little bit differently. His version started like this. Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now. So there's a pause after the strumming, like that. Here it is played slowly. Well, it's a 1 for the money, down, down, pause. 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now. I heard in an interview with Carl that was actually a mistake, but they kept it on the recording, and people who cover his version play it like that to this day. I always do, actually. The other verses he played exactly like the Elvis version. Well, you can knock me down, stab in my face. Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor. Just now I said that those stops at the beginning of the first verse fill the first 4 bars of the 12-bar blues chord progression. And that's the same for the other verses, although with the second and the third verses you're actually playing 16-bar blues. What Carl Perkins did with the second and third verse was to extend those first 4 bars of A by an additional 4 bars of A. So there are 8 bars of A at the beginning of the second and the third verse, which means they're 16-bar blues actually. Here's that second verse played slowly with a count in. Count the bars. Well, you can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you wanna do, but honey lay. And here's the third verse, played faster this time. Again, 8 bars long. 1, 2, 3. Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from my old fruit jar. Do anything you wanna do, but honey lay. All of the verses carry on in the same way, following the rest of the 12-bar blues chord progression from the D chord onwards, like this. Here's the third verse. Honey, lay off of my shoes, now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. No, lay off of my blue suede shoes. What I sometimes do at the end of that beginning part of each of the verses is play a bit of an A7 chord like this. Honey, lay off of my shoes, now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. It provides a nice lead in to the rest of the chord progression. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the final bar of each of the A sections of those 12-bar blues chord progressions. So the 4th bar of the first verse and the 8th bar of the second and the third verses. I hope that makes sense. The song ends with that blue, blue, blue suede shoes repeated part of the song. For that, you play the 12-bar blues chord progression all the way through, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, without any stops, and end up on an A6 chord. Here's how I play it, with a count in. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, it's a blue, blue suede shoes, blue, blue suede shoes, yeah. Blue, blue suede shoes, baby. Blue, blue suede shoes. Would you do anything to lay off of my blue suede shoes? Okay, those last few bars of A are played like this. You've got 1 bar of the strumming pattern, and then you go down, down. Here's that little bit again, played quite slowly with a count in after 4, so that you can practice along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And down and down up. Okay, so now's your chance to have a go at playing this song along with the king himself, Elvis Presley. This version does have the solos in it after the second and the third verses, so remember that 12-bar blues chord progression. Over to you, Elvis.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and now I'd like to do my newest RCA Victor release for you. This song is called Blue Suede Shoes. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, take off on my blue suede shoes. You can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do, but don't, honey, take off my shoes. Step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, take off my blue suede shoes. Bring my liquor, moving on through you. We'll do anything that you want to do. But honey, take home for my shoes. You can do anything, take home for my blue suede shoes. For the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, cat, go, go. Step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, play hard for my blue suede shoes. Well, it's blue suede shoes, blue suede shoes. You can do anything, play hard for my blue suede shoes.
Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope that was useful. Let me know if you have any queries in the comments.